Anime sure gets a lot of powerful characters in its rosters, and we will try to talk about all of them in this list. That is why for today, we will be talking about the top 10 anime with overpowered main characters. So before we start, be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and pressing that bell icon to stay updated for all our new content. And beware of the following spoilers. Coming in at number 10, we have Arieta. This anime starts off with a very familiar formula. Normal school kid gets transported to another world with his classmates. But plot twist, he's betrayed and left to die in the depths of a dungeon. And instead of crying about it, our boy Hajime says, "Nah, I'm built different," and grinds his way to power like an absolute monster. He eats monsters, crafts legendary weapons, and builds a harem of insanely strong girls. From zero to full-blown demon hunter in just a few episodes, Hajime is the definition of overpowered with a dark twist. The best part? His transformation isn't just physical, it's mental too. He loses all hesitation and becomes a cold, calculated warrior. Every enemy he faces gets absolutely demolished. With amazing animation during fight scenes and a darker tone than most isekai, this anime doesn't hold back. You'll see guns in a fantasy world, monster hunting, and the kind of character evolution that makes you wonder, what would I do in that dungeon? Arieta is gritty, violent, and brutally satisfying. Coming in at number 9, we have Wise Man's Grandchild. So what happens when a guy dies and gets reincarnated into a magical world, then gets adopted by the most powerful wizard in history? Well, he becomes a literal magic god. Shin Wolford is so OP that he breaks magic systems without even trying. He invents new spells casually, defeats enemies in one blow, and is so unaware of how strong he is. It's hilarious. Not only that, he trains an entire squad of elite young mages known as the Ultimate Magic Research Society, and all of them become mini powerhouses under his guidance. But even then, Shin always stays 10 steps ahead. The series mixes action and comedy really well, and it's fun seeing how other characters react to his god-tier magic, like they just saw a UFO. Even the king and royal court are like, "Bro, is this guy even human?" You get big explosions, over-the-top magical duels, and one of the most OP protagonists who somehow still manages to be lovable and goofy. Coming in at number 8, we have Overlord. In this anime, the game world becomes reality, and the last remaining player gets stuck in the body of his level 100 Lich character. But instead of panicking, he becomes the ruler of death and destruction. Gaun is not just strong, he's terrifying. With a guild full of NPC followers who worship him like a god and a spellbook of apocalyptic level magic, this guy doesn't play around. Each floor guardian under his command is strong enough to wipe out armies, and yet Ainz is still above them all. The story also gets darker over time as Ainz begins losing touch with his human emotions. He doesn't hesitate to manipulate kingdoms, launch wars, and use undead armies to crush anyone in his way. If you're into strategic domination and cold-blooded execution, this one's for you. You'll see tactical warfare, political plays, and boss fights where Ainz doesn't just win. He makes a statement. This anime redefines what it means to be a supreme being in a fantasy world. Coming in at number 7, we have My Isekai Life. Just another office worker who gets reincarnated, right? Wrong. This dude lands in a fantasy world and gains a beast-taming ability that lets him control slimes. Sounds weak? Well, his slimes are overpowered. They can fight, cast spells, and gather intel like a tactical unit. And our MC doesn't stop there. He starts mastering magic like it's child's play. Before long, he's destroying monsters, raiding dungeons solo, and saving kingdoms without even breaking a sweat. The most hilarious part? He's so humble and laid back. Half the time he doesn't even realize how strong he is. His slimes become his loyal companions and act like mini AIs, managing his inventory, fighting alongside him, and even casting spells in sync. It's a cozy but powerful adventure with clean animation and a chill main character who doesn't brag, but still dominates every threat in his path. Think Pokemon meets solo leveling, with slimes that can vaporize dragons and a main character who just wants some peace and quiet. Coming in at number 6, we have the misfit of Demon King Academy. How do you make an entrance more badass than being reincarnated after 2,000 years, walking into a school made in your honor and flexing on everyone? That's Anos Voldigod. He snaps his fingers and enemies explode. He literally kills someone with his heartbeat. His arrogance is matched only by his power. And honestly, he deserves to be arrogant. The entire school system can't even measure his magic levels correctly. Every time he fights, he's toying with his opponent. He resurrects people just to kill them again and proves his power through the most savage displays of dominance. And it's not just raw strength. Anos has high-level intelligence, leadership, and charisma. He also respects loyalty and is never afraid to protect his family or followers. It's peak power fantasy and a must-watch for anyone who wants to see a main character who doesn't get stronger over time. He already started at max level. You're not watching him grow. You're watching him remind the world who he is. And trust me, he does it in style every single time. Coming in at number 5, we have Wistoria, Wand and Sword. This one flips the usual magic school formula. Our main character wants to climb the ranks in a world where magic is everything. But he can't even use magic. So how does he survive? With raw swordsmanship and sheer willpower. He enters a magic school and becomes a laughingstock, but proves everyone wrong by defeating magical beasts using only physical strength. The bond between him and his sword becomes legendary. What makes this anime great is its message. Raw effort and determination can surpass talent. Watching him rise through the ranks despite having zero magical affinity is both inspiring and entertaining. The battles are intense, the soundtrack hits hard, and every time he enters a fight, you can feel that "don't underestimate me" energy pouring out of him. If you love rooting for the underdog and seeing them completely destroy the odds, Wistoria will give you goosebumps. It's all about heart, grit, and blade. Coming in at number 4, we have Sword Art Online. Say what you will about SAO, but you can't deny that Kirito is one of the most broken main characters in anime. Trapped in a death game where dying in-game means dying in real life, he becomes the ultimate solo player. Dual-wielding swords, superhuman reflexes, and a stat sheet that breaks the rules. He carries entire raids on his back. From Aincrad to Alicization, Kirito keeps getting stronger with every arc. He gets god-tier weapons, plot armor, and emotional depth that keeps fans hooked. He's also a hero who fights for others, and that's what makes him special. Whether it's saving Asuna or taking down a corrupted admin, he always steps up and brings the thunder. With slick fight animation and intense boss battles, this is one overpowered ride you don't want to miss. Kirito is the type of guy who walks into a final boss battle and says, "You sure you want to do this?" Then proceeds to end the fight in seconds. Coming in at number 3, we have Asa Newbie Adventurer. Most adventurers start young, but not this guy. He's older, wiser, and somehow way stronger than everyone else. This anime gives us a refreshing take by showing a middle-aged man who begins his adventuring journey late, but quickly rises to the top. He may not have flashy powers, but his technique, strength, and battle IQ put him far above other rookies. His experience and muscle memory make him a dangerous opponent. The anime also explores deeper themes, like regret, second chances, and proving your worth regardless of age. If you ever felt like it's too late to start something new, this show will prove otherwise. Watching him crush powerful monsters and gain respect from the entire guild is pure satisfaction. It's a reminder that sometimes, slow and steady doesn't just win the race, it dominates it with style. Coming in at number 2, we have the daily life of the Immortal King. He's just a normal high schooler, except not really. He's basically a god walking around in school uniform. Born with world-ending power, he tries to live a peaceful life and stay under the radar. But trouble finds him, and when it does, he unleashes power so immense that even demons and elite cultivators bow down to him. This man accidentally causes destruction just by walking past things. His aura alone terrifies enemies. The best part is the comedy. He doesn't even try to be cool. Yet everyone around him treats him like a legendary being. The art, humor, and action all blend together to make every episode enjoyable. From defeating demon kings to saving his school with a blink, this anime defines what it means to be quietly unstoppable. He doesn't just beat enemies, he embarrasses them while being completely unbothered. It's hilarious, epic, and oddly wholesome. And finally at number 1 goes to Mashley, Magic and Muscles. In a world where magic decides everything, status, power, future, our main character has zero magic. None. But what he does have are muscles so strong they can crush spells like paper. Instead of flying on a broomstick, he throws it like a javelin. Instead of casting a spell, he punches holes in reality. Think of him as the magical world's Saitama, but with more protein. Every spell that's meant to defeat him gets turned into a gag. Fireballs? He blows them out like candles. Barriers? He breaks them like glass. Mashley isn't just a parody of magic anime, it's a celebration of absurd strength. Watching him enter a world that hates non-magic users and destroy their elitist system with nothing but gym gains is the most satisfying thing you'll see all year. Trust me, this anime is peak dumb genius. It's Hogwarts meets One Punch Man with protein shakes and cream puffs. What more do you want? And with that, we conclude our video. If you enjoyed this list, I want you to smash that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to subscribe and press that bell icon to keep yourself notified of all our latest videos. Also, comment down below on the anime you like the most on this list, and if you're planning on watching any of them anytime soon. And if you have any suggestions, place them in the comments down below. And as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.